Review our short vowel sounds. So just a quick reminder, the short vowel sounds, the A will say ah, the E says eh, the I says eh, the O says ah, and the U says ah. So right here I have a list of words and we're going to go through and read them. I want you to read them along with me. And then after we read the word, we'll say the vowel sound by itself. So we'll say hat, ah. And we'll go through all the words in each column doing the same thing. Hat, ah. Sat, ah. Rat, ah. Cap, ah. The short A says ah. Now we're on to the short E. Short E. Bed, eh. Fed, eh. Pet, eh. Bell, eh. Short I, eh. So we have pit, eh. Sit, eh. Fit, eh. Lip, eh. Short O, ah. Pot, ah. Hot, ah. Mop, ah. Sock, ah. And last but not least, we have our short U, ah. Run, ah. Fun, ah. Sun, ah. And butt, ah. Now this is the short vowel sounds. Today I also want to turn and focus on the long vowel sound where the A is going to say A, E says E, I says I, O says O, and U says U. So in the long vowels, they're each going to say our name. And we're going to start today by looking at long vowels that have that silent E on the end that reach over to help it say its name. Now is show you some examples of that long vowel sound with the magic E. So I'm going to give you some examples with each vowel and we'll talk a little bit about it and look at the sounds and really pay attention. So the first word I want to give you is, take a second to make sure you can read that word. Our word is bake. And what's important about this is when we see it, we see there are two vowels. There is an A and there's an E, but they don't each make their own sound. This A and this E work together to make the same sound. So we have B, A, K, and that E isn't saying anything because it's working with the A, bake. The next word I want to give you is the word, take a second to make sure you can read the word. This is the word Pete. And the word Pete, again, we see two vowels, E and E, E and E. But when I go through the sounds, I have P, E, T, and that final E is working with that middle E to help it say its name. So the magic E at the end. We'll do it again with take a moment to make sure you can read the word. We have the word bite. We have the I and the E as our vowels, but that E doesn't say anything. Just the I says I. The E and the I work together to make the I say its name. So we have B, I, T, bite. Our next word we're going to take a look at, we'll move it over, is going to be the word, again, take a moment to make sure you can read this word. Our word is home. We have the O and the E as our vowels, but the E does not say anything. We just have The O, saying the O sound, the long O sound. The O and the E work together to make the long O sound. So when we read it, we have O, home. The last one I'm going to quickly do for you today is going to be the word. Take a moment to make sure you can read our word. This is the word cute. Again, we have two vowels. We have U and E. But the U and the E work together to make the U say its name. So we have cute. When I sound it out, I have k, U, t, and the E doesn't say anything. It's working together with that U to help the U say its name. So one way, not the only way, we can get that long vowel sound is with that magic E in the end. So whenever you're reading through a word, we want to check to see if we have that long vowel sound. If we don't, it could say something completely different. For example, this word that we have right here that I just typed in, make sure you can see it. It doesn't have the E at the end, so it's the word bit. But by adding the E at the end, it reaches over to make the I say its name and it changes it to the word bite. We see the same thing over here if we have, sorry, I'll circle it again to make sure you can see it. This is the word cut, where the U is saying But if we add that E at the end, it changes it to cute. So the E really changes what the sound is that we're hearing in that vowel. So if we see that E, we can check it. It's also a good way to test for spelling as well.